Alright, this is a video of my property that I bought back in the end of 1996. I think it was around November when I bought my house along with a vacant lot that was next door. And this is the old original survey that was done back in 96 but wasn't registered until over a year later, January of 98. That was kind of weird, but didn't discover that till I just had my property resurveyed here recently. Yep, shows my house, what it looked like originally when I bought it, and back then I bought it for $43,400, and it was a fixer-upper, and bought the vacant lot with it, and had this makeshift gravel driveway, and it was pretty much it. Nothing fenced in, two separate properties. Basically sitting real close to the edge of my property there is the corner of my house, only 3.5 feet from the property line, because back when it was built in 1938 there was no codes or regulations as to where houses were built, just as long as they were on the property, or they kind of made the property line around the house whenever, wherever it was built at. So anyway, the latest update that I've done, and this is the latest survey that I just had done, let's see, 2 days ago. So yeah, I've done a lot of improvements in, let's see, 96, this is 2013, so yeah, almost, 18 years? 17, 18 years? Do my math correctly. Yep, added a storage building, of course my rabbit cage, I called it a dog pen, all my brick work in the backyard, fireplace, my mega shed with the porch, more brickwork, block walls, concrete driveway, additions to the house, more stone sidewalks, privacy fence, chain link fence, on and on and on. It's just been one thing after another, and the main reason I'm doing this, I'm trying to do a refi, cashing in on my VA loan, going from 5% down to 3.25%, and the appraisal, I guess the rules have changed because of the mortgage debacle from 2008. Even though I had both lots together, they would not include the vacant lot in my appraisal. They had to be combined, so hence the updated survey with everything that's been done, and the middle property line is no longer in existence, so the other address as of 2 days ago has ceased to exist. So yep, and this is the updated survey, current and to spec. So I might even walk around a little bit to show you the property. Yep. So here marks my corner post from the front, and my stone sidewalks, to my concrete driveway, and right in here was where the old property marker separating the lots went, and basically carved towards the tree that's leaning in the back. That's where it just crossed my driveway. So there was already an encroachment there. And the other corner spot, I added the chain link fence not long after moving in to fence in my property. And then you remember the old mega shed built a year and a half ago. So this is the retaining wall to help level the land out to make it usable land to build on. And way back in the corner there is the other marker. You see it blowing in the wind. And then another retaining wall. And then sitting area for my driveway behind the white vinyl there. And more concrete work My stone sidewalk on the side. I don't think they marked the border for my front tree, the brickwork we did here. Front porch addition. Stone steps. So this has all been redone. And around the side, where my property line basically comes close. Property line comes close to the corner of my property, the house there. 3.5 feet. Amazing. We'll take a trip around back. Alright, in the back side of my accordion gate, as I call it, one section actually folds open so I can have access if need to with the vehicles. And yeah, the deck, stonework, the mega shed again, outdoor fireplace, more patio work, a little retaining wall, my 100-year-old oak tree, which is already starting to crack the little wall there a little bit. They marked this as a well on the survey. I thought that was funny. It's just a brick flower garden, but whatever. And then the backside privacy fence. They call this a dog pen, but it's actually the old rabbit cage, which my rabbit no longer uses. And the backside of the property, and again the corner that's 3.5 feet from the property line there. And the chimney, that was an old cooker chimney back in the day. My utility shed. I had this brought in not long after buying the house. Probably beginning of '97 actually. And it's been beat up by fallen limbs, but still hanging in there. And oh, there's my husky, my boring dog. He doesn't like to come out much. And the old mega shed. Now, the reason that I was able to get away with building this thing so close to my property is because I own both properties. And I guess with all these encroachments, I mean, I encroached on my other property here some 25 to 30 feet. So it was eventually going to have to be combined anyway. I was just delaying the inevitable. And with a separate lot, I was able to get a separate driveway and build on it like I wanted. But with it combined, I would have had to go through all sorts of other crazy codes and requirements. So, yeah, this is the retaining wall again to help, you know, originally had plans of putting a brick foundation underneath this thing, but the city ordinance would not allow it because of how soft the dirt was. So they made us use or put this on 4x4 posts, 27 of them. You check out the Mega Shed series, you'll see how we did that. But yeah, a lot of fence work. Luckily I got connections in fencing. My old log pile from an old oak tree that I brought down in 2006. And there's my dog, the underside of the mega shed. And then there's that corner property over there. So, yeah, everything's all marked and measured and recorded. Eventually I'll build a deck on the back of this thing. That's the next project for it. But yeah, my little hoard of scrap fence and other junk. And in fact, I got more scrap metals down here. Extra fence poles and all that. Oh wow, another branch fell. Typical. So, yeah. Eventually, I think this gate will go away. Again, projects for down the road. Put a deck on the back here, eliminate this fence, and just open it up again. But yeah, so basically, can't see it, but where that tree is leaning, there's another marker somewhere over there. That marked the separation of the two lots that are now combined. And yeah, so there you have it. Layout of my property after having my new land survey done, and all to meet requirements for the VA and the for the VA refinancing, I guess, to meet their requirements or demands in order to capitalize on this extraordinary low interest rate for a mortgage. So there you go. A lot of improvements, and despite the housing market, I think my appraisal with combined lots will come back relatively fair. So even though there have been some foreclosures and I guess, yeah, bank repossessions, all that stuff, you know, nearby, that's hurt my value. But again, combining both lots is probably the best thing I could have done. And there you go. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.